bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shots to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chats to get you tapped. Foreign head up in my lap. When they pump, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shots to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chats to get you tapped. Foreign head up in my lap. When they pump, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. Impact and make it gooey. When I terrorize like Stewie. Gun chest, 10 choppers. Take my chances with this Uzi. Lil' baby, she might lose me. Attitude, my fashion bougie. I'm attentive with this duty. Like my bitch is bad with booty. Hero Deo, get some Louis. True religion, little Gucci. Black and Asian like Karuchi. Teacup, she dress her Poochie. Keep a hammer, count this Moochie. Y'all be tripping off they coochie. DPs, I beat like Boosie. Chopsticks with this sushi. Real hot boy like Tunchi. Blood stains on my blue feet. Navy with my crew meet. Clean up crew be too neat. Pros be moving too deep. All my roads been too steep. Rode them like I'm too deep. Daily like the news week. Money hustle, new streak. See and hate like who he. Solid rock come through me. Legend like I'm Bruce Lee. See these hoes, they group deep. Ruthless from that one street. Roof Chris when I won't steak. Niggas want that update. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50
What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's your boy Young Ant Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young Ant Hefe, and I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics today is no other than Shitty Cuz, Mr. Bricc Baby, you know what I'm saying, Zaire Mitchell. So, in this social media space, you know, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, me, myself included, we've been on Loose Cannon Top and about him getting his bail revoked. But, as we know, Loose Cannon is the one that makes a spectrum of himself and puts himself out there to be laid on the chopping block. So, however, they all had court bail hearings. I don't know if Big U's came up yet or if Big U court date was pushed back, but as we've been seeing, Bricc Baby and Loose Cannon for sure had theirs, and both of them was denied, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into this paperwork right here, you know what I'm saying? You already know, man. We on all facts, you feel me? That's Brick, that's Brick. The Crip, not the trick. That's his work right here. So I've done a few segments, not many, pertaining to what's going on with Brick, but you know, we definitely gotta chime in to see why Bricc Baby was denied his bail and why they don't want to let him out. We know Loose Cannon, all the lies that's trumped up, and as well as things that he self-admitted to as far as robberies and whatever else that rang true that came out his mouth. And just, you know, him saying that, you know, he had unalived people, just the social media and threats like that, you know what I'm saying? They not going for it, you know what I'm saying? So that's their reason for denying Loose Cannon. Now, we about to get off into this Bricc Baby thing. So we reading from Memoranda of Points and Authorities, you know what I'm saying, introduction. That's where we at with it. So, page 1. Defendant Zaire Mitchell. Defendant asks the court to be released pending trial, arguing that a secure property bond is sufficient to reasonably assure his appearance, and that the safety of any person or the community to the contrary, defendant criminal history shows a dedication to criminal and recidivism, no matter what the consequences. Moreover, his conduct during the investigation in this case shows the same dedication to a life of crime and inability to comply with the rules of the law. And that's how they gonna cook you. So this is him asking for a bail hearing, and you know, he's basically like when you ask for a bail hearing, they're gonna lay the things out to you that you need in order to secure this bail hearing. And it looked like Bricc Baby had everything, you know what I'm saying? He even had a house, he had property to put up. Some people don't even have property to put up. They stand in apartments and things like that. You know, they're not about to take no car, you know what I'm saying? They want equity, you feel me? So they're trying to get into that property in case you go on the run and get on and they can't get you. We got this property for sure. As well, amongst him crashing out like Loose Cannon, the few times that Bricc Baby crashed out on No Jumper, you know what I'm saying, the threats that he laid out there, you know what I'm saying, and you know they're gonna use everything from the Score Gang, all that against him, you know what I'm saying. They saying right here, as y'all heard from me off this paperwork, they said that basically he's still leading a life of crime, you know what I'm saying, that he's been leading and or living. The indictment first alleges that defendant in shooting at individuals possessed ammunition expelled from a firearm on July 12, 2022. Then on June 11, 2023, defendant was captured on an intercepted call arguing with a sufficient other in which he repeatedly recounted that the defendant had pointed a gun at her while she was holding his infant child. Execution of a search warrant at defendant's home followed, and 3 firearms, including an AK-47 style gun and over 125 rounds of ammunition was found. So I just found something out reading this myself, and you know, if y'all don't know, y'all found it out with me as well. So what I'm gonna point out is that I always was asking, what put the feds on Bricc trail? Why did they start investigating him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did he do? You know what I'm saying? Was it because this Lil Durk thing, you know what I'm saying, going on with the Lil Durk and Quando Rondo, you know what I'm saying, his name being inserted in there in or the 60s, you know what I'm saying? Was they investigating him for hopping on line in these podcasts, you know what I'm saying, trying to shake the podcast and media world up with controversy, you know what I'm saying, saying, you know, he would have gave a drop allegedly and stuff like that. So, you know, right here, it says that they raided his house from an intercepted phone call, or they heard of him, you know what I'm saying, arguing and saying that, you know, he put a gun on somebody and stuff like that. So, man, stuff is just falling out the sky, but it's just still, where did they even have the right to go get a arrest warrant? Because you have to have an arrest warrant to tap somebody's phone. If you ain't got that arrest warrant, you know what I'm saying, it's illegal. You know what I'm saying? So where did they get the arrest warrant to even go, to even be listening in on conversations, to hear him talking all this gibberish, which led to his house getting hit, which led to them getting an AK-47 style gun and over 125 rounds of ammunition? So I don't know if they was investigating him from 2022. Yeah, man, it's a cold game, man. So we're going to get back into this content, man. After law enforcement seized those weapons and arrested defendant, he continued undeterred. In March 2024, defendant erupted at his place of employment, threatening individuals in the room and online with death, fighting security, and later admitting to possessing a firearm. During that incident throughout 2024, defendant made claims of online murdering people and threatening to do the same to others. Then on March 18, 2025, the day before his arrest, in this case, defendant went on a live video podcast with someone whom he had previously threatened to kill. So the feds, like, basically after they ran in his house and got the AK-47, you know, he was released. It was a lot of speculation with that. Oh, what's going on? They threw the case out. It was the DA reject. Oh, the case sealed. Oh, he working and stuff like that. So they arrested him because obviously they felt like he was clownish enough to get back in society and give up more information in order to lead them, you know what I'm saying, to more arrest. So as he got out, they say he was undeterred by being arrested for the AK-47. That didn't stop him from getting on podcasts, talking crazy. That didn't stop him from talking about score gang. They ain't stopped him from talking about people being unalive. You know what I'm saying? These are these people words. These are not mine. This is the paperwork right here. You know what I'm saying? So these are everything. This is all the stuff that they're alleging and saying. You know what I'm saying? And that's the no jumper incident, you feel me? That's the no jumper incident. And they're also talking about a phone call, it seems like, between him and Loose Cannon. So they got an intercepted phone call. I'm pretty sure Loose phone was hit, two of them arguing, going back and forth. And he telling Loose that, you know, he'll unalive him. And then, you know, they getting up there on no jumper having a kumbaya. Okay, so in March 2024, defendant erupted at his place of employment, threatening individuals in the room and online with death, fighting security, and later admitting to possession of a firearm. During that incident throughout 2024, defendant made claims online of murdering people and threatening to do the same to others. Then on March 18, 2025, the day before his arrest, in this case, defendant went on a live video podcast with someone whom he previously threatened to kill. During the podcast, sitting across from that person, defendant brandished a firearm in his waistband. When defendant was arrested the following day, an unsecured firearm with multiple magazines of live ammunition matching that unseen defendant's waistband on the podcast were found where defendant was staying with his young child. Now, Bricc, if you see this, bro, you know what I'm saying, free you and salute, but this was definitely a goofy move right here, sir. I couldn't never, and I would never format or try to understand it. Just have to be he was under the influence and wasn't thinking. They rob your place of residence. I mean, they raid your place of residence, get you for the AK-47 style weapon, the 125 shell cases and stuff like that, and or bullets. You still bringing guns in this same address as if these people is not watching you, or if you don't think these people watching you, you get on no jumper with this gun, whether they came to indict you the next day or not. All this was telling on yourself in a bad look, and probably will later get you in trouble. And then they raid the house the next day, as I've been telling y'all. So I don't know if they're trying to play this as child endangerment, but they said that the gun was in an unsecure spot, you know what I'm saying, in the house, to where the young child that was in the house could have got to the gun. All of the above conduct concurred after years of violent crimes, firearm possessions, and fading charges, and troubling conduct disseminated throughout the internet. Defendant lengthy periods of incarceration and supervision have not deterred him from continuing to commit dangerous crimes. There is no reason to believe this arrest will be any different, and the safety of the public demands the defendant remain detained. So that's how they planned it, using his own words against them, because besides Bricc, Lou, back in the day, little extensive history of him going back and forth to jail. Seems like he been doing good, been getting money. He on no jumper. His head seemed like it's on the narrow, you know what I'm saying? It's on a steady pace, besides him getting caught on social media with the Wolf Gang, you know what I'm saying? And talking about unaliving people and talking about score gang or whatever these people talking about. Because, as I'll keep on telling y'all, they don't need no evidence when you speaking it out your mouth, or they got you over the phone call saying all this crazy stuff. That is enough right there. Menace to society. He can't be out there detaining. Although we know some of these people are not menace to societies. If they got out right now today, they'd be on their best behavior. But based on they past acts and things that they've said at their mouth that have them in jail, you know what I'm saying? You know how the law gonna press the line. It's not believable. They're gonna try to make the stay as uncomfortable as possible. And they want him remain detained. Defendant is intercepted discussing criminal activity, including pointing a gun at his partner and child. In the first several months of 2023, defendant was intercepted on multiple court-authorized Title III wiretaps, both of his phones and his associate phones. On multiple calls, defendant discussed criminal activity throughout March 2023. Defendant discussed how the mother of his child accused him of pointing a gun at her, and defendant claimed it was a lie. But on June 20 of 2023, a second person accused defendant of the same conduct. The same day, defendant's significant other, KC, stated, "You pulled a gun out on me with your daughter. You pulled a gun out on me in front of your fucking daughter. You pointed a gun at me with your bitch ass." Defendant responded, "I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Ever since I've been with you." The following day, defendant argued with KC again about her picking up her daughter, ordering her to take the fucking baby outside. "You stupid bitch. You sit in the house all day, you dumb asshole." KC told defendant she could not walk or drive because defendant fucked up her leg, and that he was the one who hit on people. Defendant responded, "Man, on 6-0, shut the fuck up, bitch. I just told you, nigga. You keep playing with a nigga. You just want to see a nigga." Defendant told KC to leave and said that they were done. So all this is ugly, man. Like, I don't know if this is the female he's with. I don't know who Casey is. I'm not about to go do no digging. I'm not trying to be a PI. But for sure, this type of activity right here, man, you know, we gonna see, man. We gonna see, man. Like I said, I don't want to jinx nothing, man, you know. But we know in situations like this, I've seen this situation a lot of times where females have been in situations where I ain't gonna say abusive situation, because it's not abusive when a man put his hand on a woman, you know what I'm saying, in certain instances, you know what I'm saying. Now, some women do be provoking, you know what I'm saying, trying to act like dudes and stuff like that. I don't know this woman, so I can't say what the situation is, but you know what I'm saying, like, he going in and the feds got all this, you know what I'm saying. You can't even say that this is a lie or we beefing because, like, they listening to audio and how this is lined up, how this paperwork is lined up right here on this paper, you know what I'm saying. You would think these people, you know what I'm saying, got a camera, had their own camera and was watching this stuff and act out, because I can lightweight see this stuff. On the same day, KC again stated, "It's so fucked up that you can't even apologize for the shit that you do. You never apologize for threatening, you never apologize for treating me bad, pulling a gun out on me. Like, this shit is cool for you, but you want me to go do shit for you. You talking about you don't want me, shit. You talking about you don't want me, shit you got going on, but you gonna pull a gun on me and my child though, right?" Defendant responded on 6-0, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't," on 6-0 Crip, nigga. So this is another heated situation in our argument, you know, when they arguing, going back and forth, you know, whatever happened or transpired between them, you know what I'm saying, you know, she's in her feelings about it, very emotional, as a woman will be, you know what I'm saying, and can be. And she's basically like, you know, you ain't even apologize, you know, for the stuff you've been doing and or putting me through. And, you know, obviously, you know, she doing something that she can't see, or she blind or something, because Bricc ain't going for it. You know, he allegedly on sex out Crip, bitch. So what? Crip, nigga. Firearms and ammunitions are recovered from defendant's home. Following the above mentioned calls, law enforcement obtained search warrants from defendant home, car, and person. Inside the home, law enforcement found 3 firearms and ammunition listed in count 2 of the indictment: a .380 caliber pistol, a 9mm caliber pistol, and a 5.5 6x45 caliber assault rifle style firearm, and over 125 rounds of ammunition. Defendant tried to drop some of the firearm and ammunition from his balcony into the courtyard of the apartment complex, just as he previously stated that he would on another intercepted call. So all this type of stuff, like, you can't even blame, because it's like, this is federal paperwork with him informing on himself. Now, nothing ain't gonna happen to you for informing on yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying, we got loose cannon, you know, telling and informing and including other people. But I mean, this is an account, you know, where they went in his house and they found the AK style weapon, found a 380, and they said amongst them finding that stuff, you know how I go, man. They, you know what I'm saying, they probably blitzed the house or trying to get in the house, and Bricc was trying to get rid of some of that stuff. So they said he had flushed some of the ammunition in, or was trying to flush some, and as well as get rid of some of the firearms in the courtyard. And they say that basically they've been listening to him on other Title III wiretap phone calls, and he's basically been heard over the phone like, yeah, man, if they run up in here or they get up on me, man, I'm gonna have to throw this stuff in the courtyard to get rid of this stuff or flush some stuff. So they using all this, man. These people, man, whew. Defendant is recorded on intercepted calls making other admissions. Throughout the remaining period of the wiretaps, defendant made countless assertions of threats pertaining to violent conduct and weapons possessions. For example, on February 20th, 2023, defendant stated that he did not respect the elders in the gang and would pop anyone on 6-0. On March 6, 2023, defendant was on the phone with his mother. The proposed short tree here, and found the mother of his child outside of his house, and he told his mother that the mother of his child was in gangland and wanted to expire early. Defendant asked the mother of his child if she wanted to die in front of her son on 6-0, as defendant mother screamed at him to stop because he may be being recorded. So yeah, I've read that before in one of my other little content, you know what I'm saying, segments I put together pertaining to Bricc Baby. And like, you know, moms have more sense, man. Mom's telling him, you know what I'm saying? So it looked like him and his baby mama, they had some like cold little beef going on, because Bricc was tripping off her every time she was around. So like, this making me think, like, is that stuff that Whack 100 was saying is true, as far as her supposed to be dealing with the P-Funk, you know what I'm saying she love that P-Funk, she love Pyru niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because Bricc Baby, like, it seemed like he's like disgusted with her. Like, he's disgusted. So y'all know them just a few pictures. That's the picture of him on No Jumper, you know what I'm saying, when he went crazy last year and tripping and stuff like that. They got that up in the paperwork. In June 2024, a defendant argued over the phone with an individual and claimed he had killed more people than the other had fought. Defendant stated that he swore it to be true and on his 4 babies, which he repeated many times and later attempted to downplay this claim. Defendant stated that even if he had one murder, that would be more than the other half fight. So that's him and Loose Cannon when they had their little fiasco going, getting into it with each other, and he telling Loose, like, man, I got more skulls in our bodies, man, than you have fights. Boy, you clowning, stop playing. So a lot of this is gibberish. I don't think this really can be used against him, but just allowing it in the courts and allowing it to be heard, you know what I'm saying? It's about the narrative that's being painted against you, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff don't be true that people get found guilty on, but if they can paint the narrative that this is you, you know what I'm saying, it rings true. Defendant is charged with repeatedly possession of firearms and ammunition despite numerous felony convictions. Defendant is now charged with multiple counts of possession of firearms and ammunition. all in violation of 18 USC 922G. The first charge stems from defendant shooting 3 bullets in a business parking lot on July 20, 2022 to ward off would-be robbers. The second charge involves all the firearms and ammunition found at his home in June 2023. Both of these charges followed 5 felony convictions from 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, and 2020, respectively, while the pretrial services reports include a longer criminal history without state convictions. So, for y'all that don't know or understand what's going on, y'all was talking about, Big U. A lot of people talking about Big U trumped up charges. One thing about it, Big U has been out of jail for at least 20 years or better, if I serve myself correctly, which meaning all his prior convictions, the feds can't go use that against him and use that point system on him. You know what I'm saying? From the time he got off parole and or probation, if it's been 20 years that he's been free, they can't use none of that on him but what he's in there being arrested for now. Bricc Baby, on the other hand, that point system is gonna go with him. They got charges right here varying from 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, 2020. They got those years on there. So it's a lot of cases they speaking about. And I don't even know why they trip on that, but it's more trumped up charges to keep you in custody. So it seems like somebody tried to rob Bricc Baby as well. And, you know, Bricc Baby had to let off some shots, to ward the robbers off, you know what I'm saying? They tripping with that. So Bricc Baby might be the one that's facing a career criminal or armed career criminal. Now, see, a lot of people just folk on a point that, oh, he only got 1 charge. That ain't nothing. Big U got about 20 charges. Them 20 charges is just smoke, you know what I'm saying, until these are being able to be placed and claimed on this man. Bricc Baby, on the other hand, it ain't been 20 years since he has not been in trouble. So he fits the criteria for armed career criminal as well as a career criminal, you know what I'm saying? And I want to say just a career criminal, if I serve myself correct, the mandatory minimum for that is like 15 years. Armed career criminal as well, or somewhere up in there. So these is lengthy sentences, man. I'm telling you, man. These are lengthy sentences. Anything with a double digit started from 10 on up is a lengthy sentence, man. And this what Bricc Baby might be looking at, man. And I ain't gonna even lie, man. It's kind of disturbing, man, that they got him as far as on all these wiretaps. And as I always say, when you don't know you being recorded or on them wiretaps, you usually show your ass, show out, you know what I'm saying, act crazy, go crazy, you know what I'm saying? And when they be playing this stuff back for you, you be sitting there, man, hitting yourself in the head like, man, I went out like this, I was talking like this. Yeah, absolutely, man. So that's what we got to stay mindful of, man. Bricc may be the one that's actually in trouble for real, along with Big U, you know what I'm saying? Because these extensive charges he been having year after year after year, and they're saying like basically he ain't learned no lesson. He's continued to live, you know what I'm saying, an unrelatable life to crime, you know what I'm saying? And that is the way they gonna play it. So hopefully y'all can learn something from here, and we gonna conclude this segment there. It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail.
I'm trying to tell you.
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 I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.